welcome back to Open, everyone. Make sure to stay connected to us by liking us on Facebook at Open Bronx Net Television. And so Rhonda Mitchell M.D, that's what we're going to talk about right now. It's a new comedic web series about a young medical doctor recently fired from a successful practice, but she then has to return home to help her father in his less glamorous practice in Harlem. And the series shows a woman of color in a medical profession, and well, it hopes to reflect a positive image to inspire the viewers. And joining us now to tell us more about the series is the creator of Rhonda Mitchell M.D, Carolyn Pierre-Outlar. Hello and
Hi,
welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the risk, right? Let's talk a little bit about your background, right? Because this isn't even really your background. I mean, as in filmmaking or film writing.
Right.
Oh, screenwriting.
Screenwriting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually working a medical assistant. I've been a medical assistant since physician assistant, excuse me. I've been a physician assistant since 2006. And I started working in Harlem at that time, and I've always had a love of film and decided to take a few classes in film production probably around 2011. And actually, it's funny that I'm here because the first class I took in production was at BronxNet.
Well, I kind of figured because I saw your director's Roderick Giles.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
yeah, you know
yes,
that?
of course.
Okay.
He's a BronxNet alum.
That's
of
right.
course.
That's right.
Cool.
So went back, and while I was working, took those classes, and actually went back for my MFA in creative writing as well.
Nice.
So I have my MFA. I graduated from Full Sail University last year, and been working on Rhonda since 2012, and finally we've put it out, and we hope that people enjoy it.
It's just lovely because you have one career path, and then you took another, like I guess at the time you considered it kind of like a hobby or something, like a passion on the side that you needed to just get out of your system, right? And look, now you've been able to merge the two, and you have this amazing web series, which I watched a few episodes last night, which I think, yeah, of course I did, of course I did, of course I did, which is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that whole aspect of her ending up in Harlem, working with her dad's practice and all the colorful characters that are part of it. And I like the way it's shot.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I mean, it's hard to tell stories in increments of 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was really difficult. When I first wrote it, actually it was Roderick who encouraged me when I was taking his film production class. He said, you know, you're an aspiring writer, you should write what you know. And at the time, what I knew was medicine. And I had all these crazy stories, patients, working in surgery, working in Harlem, and I would tell my friends about it, my husband about it. He's like, you need to write this out, write a book or something. This is crazy. And so with that advice from Roderick and with some of my friends and family, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make this my first project. And that's what I did. And, we have Roderick to thank. He's great. He directed it. We had a great cast and, crew was wonderful.
It looked like it was fun to me.
It was awesome.
The stories are, and I can totally see this going somewhere.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, I was enjoying watching it just because it's filled with colorful characters from our urban community, but yet it's also a positive image for people of color.
Yeah.
Not just her, not just a doctor in general.
Right, absolutely, and that was my goal in making it, was showing the diversity of Harlem.
But keeping it real at
the
same
keeping
time.
it real at the same time. These are the doctors and nurse practitioners and physician assistants and nurses that I knew, working in Harlem. Now I work in the Bronx. I work at Urban Health Plan. Shout out to Urban Health Plan.
All right, now they got a shout out.
Adolescent clinic. I work in the Bronx. I live in the Bronx. And so I just kind of want to bring some of my style in the way I practice and talk to my patients. I wanted to put that in Rhonda and show like a little realism to it,
Well, that's what I appreciate, is the authenticity behind the language, right? Because it's like, okay, yeah, she's a doctor. And she'll use her medical phrases or her terms and her diagnosis, at that scale when it's absolutely necessary. But in social dealings or in relating to the patients, she's like hood.
She's completely capable of morphing.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
And she
like
grew up in Harlem.
It's the up and down.
Joanna Durham, who plays Rhonda, did such a wonderful job. She's awesome. And, the character, as I see it, is, she grew up in Harlem, And so she has friends of all different backgrounds. She has, you know, she's as comfortable talking to the guy on the corner as she is talking to a CEO, you know, because that's the kind of, you know, world she grew up in.
To
and
an
that's
nymphomaniac friend, right? I watched it. I watched it. Yeah, I watched it. I watched it.
Okay.
But
yeah.
the idea is that here in New York, just in general, right? I said hood only because you have to play, in order to get people's attention, you have to speak according to the environment.
right.
But you have to be able to be a chameleon.
Exactly.
While still being, remaining authentic.
Exactly. You have to learn, and as a practitioner, you have to learn to kind of speak to your patient in a way that they can understand. And that's what Rhonda does, and that's what, you know, I brought to, you know, the story. And it's basically, Rhonda's like my alter ego, I guess you could say.
Apparently.
Well,
it sounds like somebody's going to be going for a doctorate. Hey.
Well, maybe not. Netflix.
Well, that too.
I don't know.
She's like, I'll get my doctorate through the screenwriting. Well, you're going to have to do the research.
Right. Exactly.
See?
Exactly. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
So how many episodes are up?
So there's 6
YouTube?
episodes. We released them on this past Monday, October 30th. There's 6 episodes, and they're short, as you mentioned. I think the longest is a little over 6 minutes, and the shortest is about 3.5 minutes long. And so you could binge on all 6 episodes on a train ride, you know, or, you know, it's 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, all the episodes combined. And so I wanted to kind of fit everything in, you know, in the generation that, you know, are millennials, which are driving generation in media now. You know, they want it like this.
Yeah,
so
they do.
We wanted to try to fit a story in that they can appreciate as well. And it's great. It's, you know, like I said, we have a diverse cast. The cast is awesome. You know, we've got working like really great actors. We have, you know, Juanda Durham, Malachi Rivers as the physician assistant. We have Ruth Maria Flores, who plays Rhonda's sidekick. We have Mugga, who is a great SAG Award-winning actress who plays Winsome, the office manager. Robert Starks, who plays, you know, Rhonda's dad, John. We have Brooklyn Mike Troy. Come on, everyone loves Brooklyn Mike. Brooklyn Mike is playing Rhonda's ex. We have Vanessa Font, who plays Cynthia Taylor, and a whole bunch of other, you know, awesome actors and actresses on the show. I couldn't be. I'm thrilled. I'm excited.
You know, I'm thrilled for you, honey, and thank you for sharing it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing it here with our viewers. I'm digging your hoodie right there.
Of course.
Rhonda Mitchell M.D. Loving it. All right. And thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
And thank you
Thank
for
you for
living
having
out
me.
your passion
Thank you.
and finishing it.
Thank you.
Because that's what it's
Just
about.
do it.
I
Just
know,
do
but
it.
you know,
You got to take the shot.
That's it. That's it. Get it out. All right. Once again, you guys, to check out these series, you can actually follow them on YouTube. And the name of the show, once again, is Rhonda Mitchell M.D. The series. So check it out. It's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but coming up, we're learning about the 7th Annual International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival. But first, we want to let you know to please join Latino Sports and BronxNet in cooperation with the South Bronx Community Association, Bronx Lebanon Hospitals, Yolanda's Restaurant, and VIP Record Pool at the A Music Stage at 138th and Ryder Avenue in the Bronx to cheer on participants in this year's New York City Marathon. Okay, so we have to take a quick break, but coming up, there's more open.